just check my bank account and I'm good. I'm flexing, yeah, cause my singles going off in my hood. I'm flexing, yeah, everywhere I go, you know it's all love. I'm flexing.
Yo, what's good, Crazy Nation? It's your boy Esper up the Kraayziie. You know what it is. I'm back again with another reaction. This is to JBtheYEAR, Between the Lines. Let's get it. Let's go. Shout out to the homies Dark Side. Shout out to LP, JB, Skep, Deezer. Shout out to all the homies, man. Let's get it. Let's go. Those eyes tell a story. Here we go.
Skip with the beat, give you whiplash.
I'm the chosen one. Felt the shift all through myself. My stars aligned up with the sun. Hit the stage, and from that point I knew my time had just begun. Cause I had to read between the lines.
Hey.
Ever since that I was young, took me a while to
Nice transition. I like that transition.
begun, cause I had to read between the lines. Ever since that I was young, took me a while to realize deep down I'm the chosen one. Felt the shift all through myself, my stars aligned up with the sun. Hit the stage, and from that point I knew my time had just begun. Cause I had to read between the lines. Ever since that I was young, took me a while to realize deep down I'm the chosen one. Felt the shift all through myself, my stars aligned.
I love those vocals in the background, the harmonies. Ooh, that's cold.
Up with
That's
the sun.
that sample.
Hit the stage, and
Nice.
from that point I knew my time had just begun. And I finally found my calling, so high I'm soaring, and nothing else just feels important, except that I can't ignore it. Lost memories I'm now recalling, the future.
JB's sound to me is one of the most interesting sounds because the way that he raps, his tone, his rapping tone, there's not really anyone doing it like him.
Looks so assuring, patience on this road and greatness, the feeling is so euphoric. I was destined to make it. Dreams were always thoughts and complacent. I hardly slept, it was lucid. My mind was stuck in the dangers. Had to embrace all my changes and I had to get up and face them. The only shots that were taken was ones I needed.
That's real shit. When you face your demons and stuff like that, and it's just like the only way to go through it is by facing them. You can't just ignore them because at the end of the day, they're gonna keep on coming back. So it's like, do I face these demons or do I just keep on ignoring them until it gets to the point where it affects me?
Thoughts and complacent, I hardly slept, it was lucid. My mind was stuck in the dangers. Had to embrace all my changes and I had to get up and face them. The only shots that were taken was ones I needed a chase, and I still believe, even though that I was
The
going.
only shots that were taken were the ones that needed a chaser. Oh, that's cold. That's a cold bar.
That were taken
That's
was
sick.
ones I needed a chase, and I still believe, even though that I was going through phases. Had to keep my mind out the gutter because the streets they embrace it. Dealt with the hardest to change.
That's real shit. That's real shit. You know, some people take advantage of those things, especially the streets.
Through phases, had to keep my mind out the gutter because the streets they embrace it. Dealt with the hardest of changes. Coming out on top was amazing. I said it once, I say it again. This game is ours for the taking. Just wait to see. Turn these doubts into beliefs. Hit
I love
from
this
range, it's
chorus.
only threes. This is where I'm supposed to be. I don't rise up from the deep. Love the place on where I lay. Sydney City, born and raised until this day.
Nice.
Still I pray, thank the Lord that I found
What is
my way. Cause I had to read between the lines. Ever since that I was young, took me a while.
JB,
to
bro, you are a killer when it comes to choruses. Your choruses are so fucking catchy. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Hold on, bro, back. I have to do something real quick. Alright, I'm back. Let's keep it going.
realize deep down I'm the chosen one. Felt the shift all through myself, my stars aligned up with the sun. Hit the stage and from that point I knew my time
I
had
love
just
that
begun.
sample.
In all the midst of the madness, heavily caught up in the action, still deep down broken and fractured.
If it's not a sample, I love that vocal in the background. That vocal in the background adds so much depth to the song. And Skep, you're a fucking machine on the production. This production is clean.
Desire and passion, I pray to the Lord up in the from that point I knew my time had just begun. In all the midst of the madness, heavily caught up in the action, still deep down broken and fractured. I found desire and passion. I pray to the Lord for some
It's interesting how that works, when you're in like a desperate stage of your life is where you, or like when you're like depressed and stuff like that, is where you find your hunger and passion for like reasons to live. Like honestly, I feel like that's a big reason why I'm still alive today. Was I found my passion through my deepest, like darkest role in my life. You know what I mean? Like the deepest and darkest road in my life, like the most depressing part of my life where I wanted to end it and stuff like that, is where I found my passion. Like a lot of people ask me, oh, why do you love music so much? Honestly, if it wasn't for music, I wouldn't be alive. Personally, no friends, no family helped me to my point of being alive. Music did. Like honestly. And I understand what he's saying that. Because like I love the whole message of this song. The whole message of this song is understanding the lines between doing shit that could get you in really deep shit. Like because so this hits for you even harder. Yeah, 100%. Because like I've told you, I live in an area where what he's talking about I could have done. I live in an area where it's the line. Let's be honest. When you're depressed, when you're going through shit, that's when the streets take advantage of you the most. That's when, let's be honest, they see people like that. The fiends in that see people that are desperate. You know what I mean? They see that shit and it's like, oh, like they kind of give you like a brotherhood and a reason to live. If you get what I mean. They can see that shit. And it's interesting how that works. Like you may see it as a brotherhood. You know what I mean? But sometimes there is the real OGs that be like, nah, bro, like you're weak, and not calling you weak in a bad way. Like saying like you're not in the right mindset to live this type of life. To live you know what I mean? That's where I've been very lucky in my life, where I had a lot of friends or associates that will say to me, nah, bro, this ain't for you. Like, even if you're desperate for money and all that shit, don't go down this route, because the repercussions of going down this route is worse. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, when you go down this life that they're talking about, you're always going to have enemies. You're always going to have enemies. Even when you're out of it. Even when you're out of it, it doesn't matter. What'd you say? Music is a wonderful way how to pull yourself out of these dark places, metaphorical and literal. Also, yeah, exactly. It's interesting. Like, I really like this song because I relate to it a lot. And what I keep on saying about JB is that his voice really stands out. Like, really stands out compared to a lot of other Australian artists. And it's interesting. He's really good at doing what he does. And like I said, with Skep's production, it just makes it 100 times better.
There's got a lot of questions to ask. Fractured, I found desire and passion. I pray to the Lord for some answers. Got a lot of questions to ask him. I don't know why or what happened. Just please, Lord, give me a sign. In subconscious, locked in confinement. Solitary, lost and can't find it. Can feel the tempers arising. Not a lost, I plot, not complying. But this God's way, perfect timing. And I gotta trust in the process. Gotta keep it true and devoted. Cause I know my stars are aligned and caught in the struggle. All those nights I had to hustle. I was back out on the double with the profit that I doubled. Some considered I was troubled with visions that haunted others. Was only down for my brothers. Infatuated by hustlers, they swear at mothers, but lie through their teeth. Gotta watch their company keep. Loyalty and trust it got broken due to my intentions being deep. But as I'm rocking center stage, all of that shit, it fades away. I'm feeling blessed up in my days. JB's forever here to stay. Cause I had to read between the lines.
What a verse! Hold on, rewind that. What a verse! That verse solidifies the whole song.
I don't know why. The madness heavily caught the stage. From that point I knew
what a verse!
in all the midst of the madness, heavily caught up in the action, still deep down broken and fractured. I found desire and passion. I pray to the Lord for some some answers, got a lot of
I love this line. I went to the law for some answers, and I got a lot of questions. I like that line.
Desire and passion, I pray to the Lord for some answers. Got a lot of questions to ask him. I don't know why or what happened. Just please Lord, give me a sign. In subconscious locked in confinement, solitary, lost and can't find it. Can feel the
That line, solitary, lost and can't find it.
sign in subconscious locked in confinement, solitary, lost and can't.
Subconscious locked in confinement. Wow, what a bar!
Just please Lord, give me a sign. In subconscious locked in confinement, solitary, lost and can't find it. Can feel the tempers arising. Not a lost, I plot, not complying. But this God's way, perfect timing. And I gotta trust in the process. Gotta keep it true and devoted. Cause I know my stars are aligned and caught in the struggle. All those nights I had.
What I love about that verse is it starts very dark, and it leads later on to potential. If you get what I mean. Like, even though it's a dark place in the road, he still finds hope. You know what I mean? He still finds hope at the end, which that's amazing. That is great lyricism. Like, that is amazing what he did here.
Stop plot not complying, but this God's way, perfect timing. And I gotta trust in the process. Gotta keep it true and devoted. Cause I know my stars are aligned and caught in the struggle. All those nights I had to hustle. I was back out on the double with the profit that I doubled. Some considered I was troubled with visions that haunted others. Was only down for my brothers. Infatuated by hustlers, they swear at mothers, but lie through their teeth. Gotta watch their company keep.
It's all connected, not just random verses to have something to rap. Yeah, I like this part as well, where he calls out the contradictory of the like the lifestyle, the street life. Because there's a lot of, let's be honest, there is a lot of fucking like hypocrisies, I guess. Like, there's a lot of that in that lifestyle where people are like, oh, I'm your brother, da-da-da-da-da. And then when it comes to save their ass, they snitch on you. Not all of them, but that does happen. You know, there's a lot of blurred lines in that lifestyle.
I was troubled with visions that haunted others. Was only down for my brothers. Infatuated by hustlers, they swear at mothers, but lie through their teeth. Gotta watch their company keep. Loyalty and trust it got broken due to my intentions being deep. But as I'm rocking center stage, all of that shit, it fades away.
I love that he found his exit. His exit is being on the stage. You know what I mean? He found that exit of being on the stage and being like, yo, like, fuck everyone else. Like, I found my way out. You know? He found his way out of that lifestyle.
My intentions being deep, but as I'm rocking center stage, all of that shit, it fades away. I'm feeling blessed up in my days. JB's forever here to stay. Cause I had to read between the lines. Ever since that I was young, took me a while to realize. Deep down on the chosen one. Felt the shift all through myself. My stars aligned up with the sun. Hit the stage, and from that point I knew my time had just begun. Cause I had to read between the lines. Ever since that I was young, took me a while to realize. Deep down I'm the chosen one. Felt the shift all through myself. My stars aligned up with the sun. Hit the stage, and from that point I knew my time had just begun.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. He's painting the street life and telling the story of his redemption, not a single line of empty flexing. Very unusual for rappers. Mad props. Yeah, very unusual for rappers these days. These days. Like, it's rare that you find a rapper like this these days. I love it. The storytelling of... And that's funny, Magic, because you've only heard the first part. I mean, the second part. You haven't even heard the first part of what he said. Do you want me to play the first part for you? I'll play it before I go into, like, what I want to say. Because actually, the first part's really good. Alright, here. I'll play it for you. I love this part. This part I was saying, you can see the pain in his eyes. You can see the reality of life. That's the thing. Life is very brutal.
Skip with the beat, give you whiplash.
I love this. Shout out to Jamsey, by the way.
From that point I knew my time had just begun. Cause I had to read between the lines. Ever since that I was young, took me a while to realize. Deep down I'm the the chosen one. Felt the shift all through myself, my stars aligned up with the sun. Hit the stage and from that point I knew my time had just begun. Cause I had to read between the lines. Ever since that I was young, took me a while to realize deep down I'm the chosen one. Felt the shift all through myself, my stars aligned up with the sun. Hit the stage and from that point I knew my time had just begun. And I finally found my calling, so high I'm soaring. And nothing else just feels important, except that I can't ignore it. Lost memories I'm now recalling, the future looks so assuring. Patience on this road of greatness, the feeling is so euphoric. I was destined to make it, dreams were always thoughts and complacent. I hardly slept, it was lucid, my mind was stuck in the dangers. Had to embrace all my changes and I had to get up and face them. The only shots that were taken was ones that needed a chase. And I
love that line. That was one of my favorite lines of the song. What was it? The taking shots and the only thing, and it was like with a chaser.
It was lucid, my mind was stuck in the dangers. Had to embrace all my changes and I had to get up and face them. The only shots that were taken was ones that needed a chase. And I still believe, even though that I was going through phases, had to keep my mind out the gutter because the streets they embrace it. Dealt with the hardest of changes, coming out on top was amazing. I said it once, I'll say it again, this game is ours for the taking. Just wait to see, turn these doubts into beliefs. Hit from range, it's only threes, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Oh wow, I didn't catch that line.
To see, turn these doubts into beliefs. Hit from range, it's only threes, this is where I'm supposed to be. I don't rise up from the deep, love the place on where I lay. Sydney City, born and raised until this day. Still I pray, thank the Lord that I found my way, cause I had to read between the lines.
Yeah, so that's the first verse. I like how the first verse is him telling his story of like, it's the potential, the future, and as well, his second verse is where he goes deeper into what he was talking about in the first verse. About his demons, about the street taking advantage of his weaknesses. You know, like he talks about a lot of complications in the first verse, but he doesn't go deep into it until the second verse. Read between the lines, aka to get the proper perspective. 100%. I really like this song. I reckon this song is amazing. The chorus is, but for a hip hop song, this chorus is fucking catchy. So catchy. And it tells the story. That's the thing as well. It tells the story of the song, which I really like. Honestly, shout out to JBtheYEAR. I'm so proud of you, bro. If you don't remember, Majo, his whole crew were part of my Cypher series. The first episode. That's them, besides Skep. The only person missing there is Skep. And obviously DeAndre. But yeah, that's like, these are the homies. They're like, but honestly, JB, I love the perspective of what you did. You told us your story, you know? And without like going to extent, you told us enough to relate to you, if you get what I mean. Like I relate to him with a lot of the stuff that he was saying. And that's the thing, like, I don't think people understand. Even though we're from fucking Australia, there is a street life here. Like, I don't think people understand that. There is a fucking street life in Australia. There's a fucking big fucking street life in Australia. But yeah, like, I understand what he's talking about. And I love the story. I love the story of what he's saying. And do you know what I like about his story? It's kind of like, he's telling his story while warning other people at the same time. If you get what I mean. It's like, this is my story. You don't have to live the story that I lived. You know what I mean? He's giving them hope of like, even though I went through all these dark places, even though I went through all these phases, I still got out of it. You know what I mean? And that's what I got out of the song the most, was that message of, just because I have gone through all these phases, I didn't get stuck in them. I didn't mope and bitch about being in them. You know what I mean? And I really like that. Shout out to JBtheYEAR, bro. This is a fucking banger. And I'm fucking proud of you for making such an amazing song. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. So if y'all like this, give this a thumbs up. None of that. Comment if you want to see more. Subscribe. And remember, keep living a crazy life. And stay blessed. Peace. Laters. Whoop.